Well, I just finished the Hunt Mega Edition. Overall, I think it was quite good. It was a very good event. Um, the best ROAS event that they've had in the recent years. However, the addition of the Mega Tokens allowed for very, very good games to make very, very good events. They were just so good. But also, as you can see, it brought out the worst in some other games. So that is kind of how it goes. It's a roller coaster. But jumping right in with all the regular tokens, starting with Arsenal. This one definitely a great tier. Not quite as good as it was in the last Hunt event, just because it was shorter. But it was still the same quality. So I had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with this one. Rivals. The regular token was just okay. You just kind of play the game for a while. It was fine. Chained Together was, I'm gonna say it's pretty good because they actually made a new area for the hunt. If you're playing this with a random person, I can see this being very frustrating. But I didn't, so I had a good bit of fun with this. Uh, Pressure starting off pretty strong here. This is going an amazing tier. Just the regular one was pretty good. I liked the Weeping Angel. I've never really had to deal with that in a horror game before. I know that sounds kind of weird, but this was my. I mean, I've heard of them obviously, but I thoroughly enjoyed that as well. I can't say I enjoyed it, but it was a very good horror experience, I must say. Difficult too. Bayside High School, man, we are really starting with the good ones here. Gotta put this. It wasn't great. Definitely not pressure tier, but it was very unique, I must say. Not what I was expecting from a high school role play game. And honestly, all the games that are below this should be ashamed that their event was worse than a high school role play game. Uh, Speaking of which, Car Crushers was complete ass. Wait, I'm thinking the negative. The regular Car Crusher was just really boring. It took me a long time. It could have been fun, like, oh, you just go up to the volcano and you do a cool jump, but no, you do all this other stuff for some dumb reason. It was just very, very long and tedious, and I did not like it. Kind of same deal with Eat the World, just like a simulator game. I don't really care for it. Just took a long time of doing the same thing over and over again. And right back again with the good games. Untitled boxing games. The bosses were really cool. I never played this game before, so it was a really good first experience with this game. Had a lot of fun with this one. The visuals especially were, I thought, were very good. Um, Regretivator. This was just play the game for a while. It was pretty fun. Pet Sim. This was just play the game. Okay, it didn't take that long, so I'll put it up there. Drive World. This one was pretty good actually. Definitely better than what they had in the original hunts. Yeah, car hobbies. Never really did one before, so I had a good bit of fun with this one. Hell's Kitchen. This was just like play the game. It was fine. Same thing with Natural Disaster. Didn't take very long. Blade League again. Just play the game. Fish. This was really low effort. I can't even give that. Okay, here's the thing with this one. There's a bug where the first part of the very lackluster quest was already completed once you joined, probably because I had already like I actually play fish, so like I'd already caught 10 fish like in my lifetime. So I guess it was just already done. So it was a very, very lackluster quest. So I gotta put it down there. Untitled Tag Game, I really like this game. I had a lot of fun playing, even though it wasn't like a very original quest. So I have to put it up here. I think maybe that's not fair, but I'm partial to Untitled Tag Game. SpongeBob Tower Defense was I respect them making a new map for the hunt. I think that was good. It's just I can when I compare it to TDS, it's just a inferior tower defense game in almost every single way. So that's why it's going down there, and TDS is up here. We're not talking about the mega tokens just yet. Moving on to Metro Life. Oh, by the way, if you watch my first tier list for the first hunt, I got this and Livetopia mixed up. It was bound to happen. It was 100 games, so uh, but yeah, this was the one that should have been in frustrating tier. Livetopia should have been in just the okay tier. Um, this was a lot better than it was. A lot faster. You didn't have to spend 20 minutes flying in a balloon that moves at like 2 miles an hour. So I'm gonna throw it up there. What do we got next? We got Basketball Legends. I totally got carried here. I respect them for making a unique integration, but they didn't have like a specific area for the hunts, and it was really hard to get into a game. So I'm gonna have to throw it down here. Plus, I got carried, so it didn't. uh, I can't really say how like good the integration was because I didn't do anything. Infection Gunfight. I know probably a lot of people would say this is pretty bad. It didn't take me that long, but I can see it taking a really long time. So I'll put it in just okay, but I can see it being like lower and boring, low effort. Dusty Trip. I Dusty Trip is another tough one because like I like the idea of having bosses, but the problem is they're just not well designed. Um, so in that sense, it's kind of frustrating me, but I won't put it down there. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm am I putting Car Crushers down? No. I don't know, I'll leave it there. Dusty Trip, man, like 9 cycles of like the same. They're just like faster every single time. I can't put it in pretty good, I'm sorry. And I am putting this down here. It was very annoying. Like, okay, all right. Here's the thing. I like went up the mountain like so many times, and it takes so long to do that because I didn't know you like when it said just make the jump off the mountain. Like I didn't know you had to do all the other stuff for a while, so I was trying to figure it out. I had to go up the mountain like 5 times, putting in frustrated because I was frustrated. World Zero was actually I you know what it was good. I really liked it. It was great, you could say. Yeah, whole new dungeon. Boss was pretty good. Only criticism I have of the boss is the breath attack is seemingly undodgeable. Like it comes out really fast and it like true combos you into all the different parts of the breath attack. So that was kind of annoying. It Girl was just play the game and clip it. Oh my god, clip it. Yikes. Um, I I am so glad that I figured out that you can just skip to the end of the video and let it loop back and then get credit. Because otherwise, I would have been watching TikToks for like half an hour. Um, and that's not very fun. So if I hadn't found that out, it would probably be going in like frustrating, maybe even pure evil. Because my brain probably would have been like rotted by watching whatever the hell isn't going on in the minds of 10-year-old iPad kids for like 30 minutes straight. But I did figure that out, so it worked out pretty fine, but still obviously extremely boring and so that's the regular tokens. I can definitely see some kind of standard deviation bell curve going on here, which makes sense. Obviously, most of the games are going to be average, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. Arsenal, Arsenal Mega Token. This is going in amazing. Really like this one. Okay, the thing about this one, I heard a lot of people got soft locked on this. And if you got soft locked, that is completely valid. I can totally see this going and frustrating because of that. Especially if it happens right at the end, you had to do the whole thing all over again. But that didn't happen to me. So I just got the whole experience. I mean, they just made like a whole like mic. What do you even call it? It's not a mini game. Like it's a game. It's just like a small game. Uh, and it was really good. I had a lot of fun with that one. Hell's Kitchen um would be going in pretty good normally, but you had to like go in and out of like the main game like probably 5 times. It was really annoying. So I'm bumping it down a tier for that. The Metro Life Mega Token is actually pretty fun. If you don't like follow every step of a guide, a lot of these can be very fun. Or like more fun. Like just following the guide is probably like kind of boring. Like all like the puzzle ones are gonna be pretty boring, but if you don't follow the guide, they're actually pretty good. So I'm putting in there. Um, that being said, this one is still kind of boring. Even it's not really fun to like walk around the map because it just takes a long time. Like this one, Metro Life you can drive, so this one you have to walk around. It's quite boring, and also the timing on your shots is like it's very unintuitive. I feel like it's you have to release earlier than I would think, and I don't like it. So bumping it down a tier. I'd, I'd probably put it in pretty good otherwise, but just okay. Infection Gunfight. This one used to be so much worse. I did it after it was nerfed, but I hear it used to be so much worse. I don't even want to think about it, and it was still bad. I still hated it, even after it was nerfed. It still sucks. Ah, Dusty Strip again. Missed potential, man. Like 2 phase boss fight, 3 phases, man. Like the enemies they spawn, they're always like jumping up and down. Like it's task going here, man. The obby, like you have to go up down that obby like 11 times. I don't even want to know what this badge is like solo. I did it with another person. If you're doing this solo, oh my god, I can't even imagine. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Let's move on to the World Zero Mega Token. I want to put it up here, uh, but I have some bigger qualms with the final boss than the regular token. Number one, the hitboxes are kind of bad. Like it'll hit you even though you're outside of the blue indicator that shows up. It'll still hit you. And also, much more pressingly, uh, the ultimate move that it does that just insta kills you if you can't get there in time. Uh, it makes you like blind if you're anywhere close to the middle of the arena. That's so bad. You just can't see, and then you have to get your bearings, and then by that time it's already too late. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'd love to put it up here, but I just have to put it in pretty good. I have mixed feelings. It Girl, also pretty good. I was surprised. It's actually not bad. The boss fight at the end was, I mean, that was just, it was really bad. As boss fights go, I mean, it was like fine, but as boss fights go, it was a really bad redesigned boss fight. It was not good. Uh, Clip It, another one that surprised me. The Mega Token was actually pretty good. Once again, um, yeah, I mean, just go find some cameras, solve a riddle. The riddles are they're not too hard, but they're kind of annoying in a sense because you can like okay, so like the answer needs to be the one Roblox makes, and it can be kind of hard to know what it's talking about for that. That is kind of annoying, but overall, it's pretty good. Uh, Rivals pissed me off so hard. Oh boy, where do I start? Okay, well, where do I start? Obviously, at the beginning, when you have to shoot targets for like 20 minutes and hope it makes a sound or whatever. I still don't understand that. Like you just shoot target. Like, what are you even looking for? Are you looking for anything? I don't know. I just shot targets until a sound occurred, which was really boring. I don't know who came up with that. I don't know why that's a thing, but sure. Uh, and then the boss fights. Oh god, the boss fights. Arguably worse than the It Girl boss fight. I know. Like, how do you even do that? Um, I found the first boss fight to just be impossible. I don't know if I was missing something, but the first option he gives you, I'm pretty sure is just impossible. You just can't do it. And then the second boss is actually good. You can actually dodge the attacks. I know, crazy, right? You don't just like you step out of behind cover and you don't instantly die. I I know, a novel concept apparently, but that's the second boss, but I also found that you have to pick the RPG or else you just like don't really have enough damage. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but that was my experience, and it really pissed me off. So, Rivals is going in the frustrating tier. Oh, chained together Mega Token. This one, actually, as armies go, it's better than the regular token. And I'm gonna leave it up here. There is one part that I must address. The, if you played it, you probably know what I'm talking about. The like RNG section, the in quote memory game. It's really just a gambling game. Basically, you have to get four blue tiles out of the like 20, 30 that are there. It's ridiculously difficult. I'll calculate the odds and throw them up on the screen, but the odds are extremely low to get it right. But luckily, I found a workaround. You can just go into the other hallway and perform a wall hop on the glass. You don't know what that is. I'll throw something on the screen of me performing it. But that makes that experience about a million times more enjoyable because one, you get to skip that god awful section, and two, you get to feel really clever for discovering that you can just jump across, even though they tried to make you not able to, but they failed. So I felt really clever, so I'm gonna leave it up in the great tier. I could totally see this going down here if it, because it could just easily take you an hour to do that one part of the obby. It could take you 2 hours. It could take you any amount of time, depending on how unlucky you get. I'm sure there's someone out there who was just stuck on that like forever. They just could not get it. But I'll leave it up there. Pressure. This is our first masterpiece, and followed up with Untitled Tag Game. Pressure was really, really good. I loved the intensity sequence. That was my heart was racing, and that is just perfect. I was sweating. It's perfect. That's exactly what a horror game should do to you. Um, it was just great. Yeah, nothing bad to say about it. Yeah, I mean, the first part it was just okay, but it the intensity sequence definitely made up for uh, the first part's shortcomings. It's mainly because you have to like do like if you already did the regular token, you have to like basically do it all again. So it's just kind of annoying. But still, they did a great job with the intensity sequence. Loved it so much. The Untitled Tag Game. This was my favorite one the entire event. First of all, the 1984 references. I have to talk about it. It's my favorite book. If you haven't read it, go read it. Big Brother's watching. Loved so much. They really, they really know what I like. It was made just for me. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, this had everything. Another thing I really love is stealth games. My favorite game on Roblox is Entry Point. If you haven't played that, please play that. I can see if you don't read the book I just recommended, 1984, but go play Entry Point. It's so good. So good. Um, so the first segment was all stealth. Loved that. Super fun. There were chase sequences, puzzles. It was just perfect. Everything I loved in a game until that game. Give it up. Oh, and I got to deal with SpongeBob Tower Defense. This was like fine, I guess. It just took a while. I was getting kind of sick of it. Honestly, I was like, when is this gonna end? Because it's just so mundane. Like the enemies are just not unique at all. Like they have different names, sure, but they like the only thing different is like their health amount. They're basically the same enemy over and over and over again. Your towers just aren't very unique. I love TDS so much more. I was just like, when is it gonna be over? Ugh. But I respect the unique integration, so I can't give it just an okay. I have to put it in pretty good. Regretivator was pretty good puzzle. Nothing bad to really say about it. Onto a boxing game. Mega Token, loved this one as well. Definitely not as much as these two, but I thought it was still pretty good. Um, the obby was very unique. I've never played an obby where like, you can only see like 2 feet. It was a cool experience. I really liked it. And the boss was just cinema, even more so than the regular token. It was great, absolutely fantastic. Drive World was just okay. It got me kind of frustrated because I tried to do it like minimally looking at the tutorial, and guess what happened? I rolled the ball into the one UFO with the crater like an idiot. I had to go get the ball all over again, so that just kind of pissed me off. I was like, oh, I don't exactly follow a tutorial, and look at what I have to do now. So that one just annoyed me. Um, Natural disaster survival. This one, I was thinking pretty good for this one, but honestly, I have to put it in just okay. Because, like, realistically, it wasn't that much better than the regular. It just, like, took longer. I mean, sure, you find this, like, secret laboratory. I mean, you have to solve, like, the riddle the guy gives you, but, like, I mean, it's not really a riddle. It's kind of obvious which disaster he's talking about. So, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Although I am glad, props to Stickmaster Luke for thinking of making the maps like about 10 times more common for the hunt, because if they were their standard rarities, this would be going straight in like frustrating or pure evil, because that would have been, oh boy, oh boy, that would have been bad. Blade League. I respect the unique boss, but I can't give it any higher just because like there's basically only one way. You're forced to play one way, is what I'm trying to say. Which is basically run right at him and just spam. Which is once you like know, it's deeply unsatisfying. Like it doesn't feel like two entities, one clearly much stronger than you, and you're overcoming it um, with your insane skill. Like once you actually find out the strategy, it's just deeply unsatisfying to just watch this cosmic entity chase after his ball. Like he's like right behind it, but he just can't get there, and it's not just doesn't tickle that nerve, does it? Like when it comes to other bosses, like say World Zero or Untold Boxing Game, like you're actually chipping away, like you have to use all your moves and all that. But this one, it's not there. It's not it. Pet Simulator 99. Oh boy. All right. Let me set the scene for it. What's the date today? What day is it? It's March 21st, approximately 9 p.m. for me. Um, I just hopped on, started to do the mega tokens. People were ahead, but they all got stuck on Pet Simulator 99 for some strange reason. So I was able to catch up, and then I get to Pet Simulator 99. You see, I was really excited for the final stage of the hunt. I would be a front runner, pioneering these battles, discovering them for myself. No tutorials. No, no, no. I'd be finding them myself. Me and so many other people probably had that dream. I mean, it was immediately crushed by Pet Simulator 99. The quest here was just unbelievably vague and difficult for no good reason. Um, I don't even want to talk about it. So what did I do when no one could find it, including me? I went to sleep because who knows when people are gonna find out how to do it, or it's gonna get leaked. People found out somehow, like really early, but it got leaked at like 1 in the morning. So I didn't want to stay up for that. So I just caught some Z's and then finished out the mega tokens in the morning. And that was just, I don't know, it was deeply unsatisfying. Just like Blade League. It was extremely disappointing. And the eventual solution was really dumb. Like, who even thought of making you click every single clover and clicking letters that vaguely resemble their normal counterparts? Who thought of that? I'll tell you who thought of that. It was Preston, obviously. Um, why did he come up with that? Well, hypothetically, I would hate to slander Preston, but hypothetically, this is my hypothesis. Preston likes money, hypothetically. There's no like proof of that, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, that he likes money. And let's say that he knew that hundreds of thousands of people would play his game in the hopes of finding the megatoken. So he thought to himself, how do I make money off of this? People aren't going to buy any of my pets, obviously, because that would be too transparently unfair. People with Robux can just beat the event easier than people who can't spend Robux. So what did he do? He made the quest so impossibly difficult to uncover that everyone would have to spend hours in his game clicking every single item in the raids, apparently, because that's probably how people found it. Like, who even thought to click every single clover after clicking Gunter on the wall? Like, who found this? I don't understand. Um, and by doing this, by making the quest stupid long and hard to find, he gets an obscene amount of premium pay. Now that's just a theory, but I'd say it might have some merits, and that is why I created a tier just for Pet Simulator 99. This is the only reason that this tier exists, because Preston is pure evil, and he crushed all of my dreams, and I'm really mad about it. Roblox, by the like 0.001% chance that you're watching this, never, whoops, never, ever let Pet Simulator 99 into an event ever again. Please. I'm begging you. Never do it. Oh, alright. So decompress. Hey, fish surprised me. Fish, I got it. Fish. Fish was actually great. Love the puzzle. There's a maze. Very straightforward, not ridiculously obscure and tedious like some other game we know of. I was able to solve it mostly by myself. Um, the puzzle at the end was very unique. Um, music puzzle, you don't see those very often, so I gotta say, give it up for the Fish developers. They did a really good job. Same thing with Tower Defense Simulator. Gotta just, yeah, it was. I'd say it was about the same as the uh, standard event. Not much different. Definitely more difficult, which made it more fun. But yeah, it was about the same deal. Just like you gotta find a code first. Bayside High School. Okay, this one I have mixed feelings about. So like for the first like 90% of the quest, it's just like what is going on? I'm pretty sure I got like a little high from like the residual drugs that whoever made this was taking. Um, so for that reason, it's gotta go pretty good. The Crossy Road at the end was great, but like I had to fart on a pipe to get there, so like that definitely loses it some points. I don't understand the thought process. I never will. I never will. Um, all right, Eat the World, Mega Token, frustrating. This was so bad. You have to walk around at a snail's pace and find a randomly generating hexagon button. Um, that was really bad on its own. And then you have to go into eggplant hell where eggplants just randomly show up. So it's like basically luck. Because they're just random. At least they were nice enough to make the stairs not like completely disappear, so you can actually like, win the game. At least they had that much of foresight, but jeez. That was really annoying. Last one, Car Crushers 2. This one also hated it. Um, it just wasn't working like as intended. Like it was very it was very opaque as to when the key shows up and when it doesn't. Like one time it just randomly showed up. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to deserve the key showing up, but it did. Uh, and then the rest of it was just very boring. So yeah, that's kind of the deal. That's tier list. Thank you for watching, but before you go, I do want to go over the strengths and weaknesses of this event. Um, so first of all, let's go over the strengths. Obviously, Roblox learned from last time that having 100 games is not a good idea. So they went down to 25. Fantastic. Great job, Roblox. That's probably the single best thing that they did for this event. The second thing is the mega tokens, obviously. Um, the games can create much better quests that are longer, and it makes sense that they're longer. And I do like the fact that they have to be unlocked in order, and they unlock at uh in batches, like at various points in time, because that means everyone can hunt for them, and they have to hunt for one after another. Because like if they were all unlocked at the same time, then everyone would just kind of hunt for each one, and it'd be very disorganized. But the community can band together as a whole and find each token, and that experience is really fun. I just wish I could have experienced it if it weren't for a specific game that shall not be named. But anyways, oh wait, the weaknesses of this event. Yeah, Pet Simulator 99 is the weakness of this event, and all of the games in the boring and low effort, frustrating, and pure evil tier. Those are the weaknesses of this event. Never let them in event again, please. Thank you.